Hello, algebra students. Mr. Lawrence here with your flipped lesson. This is the last lesson before the midterm. This is very important because it's going to be on the midterm. We're going to be doing something called solving systems by graphing. Now, this is really super easy. All you need to do is graph the two lines, the blue equation and the red equation, and find out where they cross. And that's how you solve a system by graphing. So let's get down to it. I see that I'm in slope-intercept form, and remember, I expect you to be a master of this. Some of you think it's silly. Oh, I don't know it. Ha ha ha. No, I'm sorry. You need to be a master of this, and if you're not a master of it, you're going to get D's and F's. It's too easy to not do. Now, most of you have really responded, and you're doing your best, but there's a few of you just, kind of floating along thinking that, your problems are going to go away. I'm sorry to tell you, the only way your problems are going to go away in math is if you buckle down and start working. I will help you, but you must do your best. Otherwise, there's nothing I can do for you. If you're not mature enough to understand that, well, I'm sorry, but you're going to get poor grades. Okay, enough lecturing to graph this blue one here. I notice the y-intercept is 6. I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right. And my slope is -3/2. So I'm going to go down 1, 2, 3, right 1, 2. Get down 1, 2, 3, right 1, 2. All right, and I can draw my line. Oh, it's so hard for me to tell which ones are up. 2 arrowheads. I think that one might have 2 arrowheads. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. Nope, I was wrong, but that's okay. I'm going to change that line to blue. And there we go. Okay, now I'm going to graph the red one, and it is in slope-intercept form. The y-intercept of 2 and a slope of 1/2. And look at that. Did you notice I put a red point right on top of the blue point? That's where they're going to cross. That is the solution to my graph. Now, I'm still going to draw my line because that's what's expected of me. I was told to solve by graphing. And so my answer to the problem is going to be the point 2, 4. And there's my solution. Right there, 2, 4. Okay, that's pretty simple. Let's take a look at two equations in standard form. And let me see here. My y-intercept is, if I make a t-table, right? So if I put 0 in for x, I get a y-intercept of -1. So y-intercept is -1. If I put 0 in for y, I get -6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, which makes my slope down 1, right 6. So I go down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So there is my slope. Let me see, maybe my line is hiding here. There's my line. I knew I had one around here somewhere. And I'll draw that. And let's make them a little bit longer. Okay. Properties. And we'll make them blue. Okay. So now I'm going to do the red one. And, I can still do this t-table if I want. X, y, graphing by intercepts. I'll put 0 in for x. It's like y will be -6. So let me see here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then 0 in for y will give me a 9. So 9, 0 is right there. All right. Now if you think about it, my slope would be up 6/9, 6/9, which is the same as 2/3, isn't it? So if I wanted a couple points, I could go 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Oh, look at that. I put a red point on top of the blue point. That's going to be my solution. And go. Okay, and so the solution to my graph is going to be the point right there where they're intersecting. Looks like that's at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, negative 2. So my solution is 6, negative 2. All right, pretty simple stuff. Now, graphing isn't always a good idea because when I have a situation like this, I got a y-intercept of 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and a slope of negative 1/3. Okay, and so I'm going to graph a line. So there we go. All right, now for the standard form one, I'll make a t-table, x and y. I'm going to put 0 in for x. And then we did negative 1 out for y. And I'm going to put a 0 in for y and get 1 out for x. And so it looks like I'm going to have a slope of 1 over 1. Now watch this. Ooh, you can't tell exactly where these lines are going to cross, can you? So I'm going to take that. All right. Here's the problem with graphing. I have to guesstimate where these lines are going to cross. Somebody might say, well, it looks like it's at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.5, but it's hard to know. What if it's 5.6? What if it's 5.538? We don't really know. So we can say approximately, they cross at approximately the point 5.5, and the y-coordinate looks like it's going to be 1, 2, 3, maybe 3.5. It's really hard to tell. Okay, it's not an exact answer. If I solve this using another method, which you'll learn after Christmas, if I solve this using another method, I can get an exact answer there. But right now, I can't. All right, so that's it. We're going to be solving by graphing. This will be on your midterm, so make sure you're watching it. All right, Mr. Lawrence signing off. Good night, everybody. Bye.